Hi, it's me, Athalie Draws. Sorry if I sound a bit weird, I am sick. Now, I've been making YouTube videos for almost an entire year now on this channel, since about January 14th or 16th of 2024, and since then, it's been quite a journey. There's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and a lot of drawings. I've drawn every single day in 2024, or at least for the most part, and I'm going to show you that journey and why it may not have been the best idea. A lot of my very first videos that came up on YouTube were actually reposts from TikTok, and the very first video that I posted was this one right here. This cute little drawing of like a doll-like character with blonde hair and all of that. It was like a color picker challenge or whatever. And honestly, it wasn't my best work at the time, but for some reason, it went completely viral. I think it's at 40 or 60 million views right now. I went from 0 subscribers in 2024 all the way to over 100,000 within, I think it was 6 weeks. And that was very overwhelming for me. And I don't think enough people talk about how insanely overwhelming it is to have something go insanely viral. It was really overwhelming, to the point where I had this obsession as it was growing to make sure that my skill set matched the quality that I thought a person with 100,000 subscribers would have, because the imposter syndrome was intense. I didn't think I was nearly good enough to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I never thought I'd ever get that far. Like, getting my plaque, I started crying. Anyway, but yeah, I ended up making a ton of different color picker challenges that I just reposted from TikTok. The only downside to these color picker challenges was that the comments were not so great. A lot of them were surprisingly racist in some way, shape, or form, and I hate labeling that because I can't really tell like tone of voice from text and all of that, so I don't know exactly what they meant fully, other than the fact that there were a lot of like racial comments, like about the skin color, when the videos themselves were completely randomly generated. But yeah, because of all the nasty comments that I was getting, I did want to stop doing color picker challenges. Not only because of the comments, but because of the fact that it didn't feel genuine to me. Like, I wanted to tell stories, I wanted to, not do the exact same thing over and over again. I know that's a bad thing for YouTube, but I think like hopefully just the niche being drawing cute girls would be good enough. So because of that, I went ahead and created a VTuber. This is actually around the same time where I learned that VTubers existed at all. I would look at like research and see like what I could do, because I didn't want to show my face. I have a son and a husband. I have people I care about. If I accidentally film myself, in the background with like my son's face or something, or, like they somehow find my location. I've heard a story about this where like someone found their location from the reflection in their eyeballs if they were like facing the window. That's terrifying. I'm not doing that. No. My first version of my VTuber was very janky. It was so bad looking back at it, but I knew I was super proud of it at the time because I've never done anything like this before. I've never animated. I don't know, it was like a huge learning experience because there was just so much into it. If you guys don't know about VTubing and creating VTubing models and rigging everything up to your face, it is intense. I think the main reason why this VTuber, my very first one, was so bad in a sense is because, number one, I didn't know what I was doing. But second, it only took me a week to make. Probably I rushed it because I was just so excited, and the YouTube channel was growing so fast that I felt like I had to go extremely quickly with this to make sure that I didn't have to do color picker challenges forever. And I'm so grateful that I decided to go down this path, because now I have a whole new skill set that I can use to make different entertainment media. But yeah, so I would do like videos with my VTuber model, just like either doing memes or like promoting like a stream or something, but I was still tapering in those color picker challenges because they were, a steady stream of subscribers and views and all of that. Even though I felt kind of bad about posting them constantly, it was a way to make sure that I didn't just drop off the face of the earth after my 15 minutes of fame. It was very strategic. But yeah, so these are the other color picker challenge videos that I did for like the rest of January into March and April and all of that. And then I started working on a second VTuber model. So by that time, I was pretty, used to the whole, posting videos and sounding confident, that I wanted to, improve things a little bit more, make things a little bit more cleaner, more professional, but not like lose my personality in it. So like literally a few months after I make my first one, I start working on my second one. Now this one, I'm still really proud of it. This actually took a month to do instead of a week. So I took a lot more time. I used the skills that I learned from my first model and applied it to my new one. Same design, I just don't have the cheeks, and a bit of a different outfit is what the main difference was. And I don't know, I was really, really proud of how this came out. So I used it forever until my iPad broke, which is, again, another thing I'll talk about later. It's so hard to talk about chronologically because I just, in my brain, I go darting around just all over the place. And if y'all can't tell already, I'm not using a script for this one because I wanted it to feel more authentic, I guess. My main signature that you see on all my artwork, that is my own handwriting. I made that in the iPad way back when. If you scroll super far down in my TikTok account, you'll see it. It didn't get any views because it was like early on. But yeah. And I think around this time, this was the first time I ever commissioned someone to do something for me, and they were really amazing. They just animated my YouTube intro. It was really cool, and I was so excited about it, and the reason why I did it is because I could not figure out how to do the intro. Amazing work. I highly recommend them if you do just want to get like an animated background or stream layout or logo. I'll link them down in the description. I also made a few PNG emotes at the time, my very first ones. I only made 6 of them. So if you can tell from this video, how I have like my little chair, my little background and stuff, so that's new. I started from here, like these 6 little, very quickly drawn emotions, and they didn't cover the range that I wanted to, obviously, so I only used it very sparingly, and it was honestly a pretty short-lived project. I didn't end up using these assets very often. And I also wanted to show off the little sketches that I made during streams. So like I think it was like my first 2 or 3 streams that I did. In the very beginning of the stream, I would, draw doodles or sketches of everyone's requests. So this is the frog drawing, and I don't know how to feel about it. I personally think I was too, because I did this on stream, I think I was too like into talking than drawing and paying attention to make sure that this was proportional. But as you can tell, like her eyes are all kinds of different sizes, like it didn't, I mean, it might look good to some of you, but for me, looking at that face makes me cringe a little bit because it was just not proportional. But yeah, this is sort of the time where I start thinking about, drawing people's OCs. And it turned out to be really, really fun. It was an amazing way to get the community together and just have really good vibes for everyone. So I am really happy that I did do these. Like it was such a good time. And every time I look at these OC redraws, I just feel so warm and happy inside. Like just because people were just willing to give me their art and then I could just redraw their beautiful art. It was such a privilege. I am so thankful for that. And I did do a few more projects on the side. So one of these is one of my best friends. I've known him since college. Like we went to college together. He's a super cool dude. His name online is Gear Graphic. And here is another VTuber idea. I never ended up finishing it. It's my husband Noggin's VTuber character that he wanted because he wanted to try out streaming. But lately it has changed with what he wanted. So this is like an unfinished piece. And then I decided that it would be a wonderful idea to do a 100-day challenge. Spoiler alert, I did not finish this 100-day challenge. I gave up. I don't remember why. I think I just got bored or distracted by some other project, and then I just completely forgot to keep going with the 100-day challenge. Here are some of my favorite pieces from my 100-day challenge video. These last 2 ones are my absolute favorite. This one is like a trainer with their Pokemon, and I made like a whole scene for them and everything. It was really fun to do because I was working on perspective, and I feel like that really just gives me the chef's kiss of perfection, or perspective. And then of course the little monster that I made. I need to make cute creatures again. Do you guys want to see me make cute creatures like this? Because I want to know, because I love making cute creatures. You have no idea. It is so much fun, but I just don't think people are gonna like it as much as pretty ladies. So just let me know in the comments. I also try like some fan art. I'm not a really big fan art type of person. I used to be way back when I was like in my teenage years, but lately it's just been like a kind of like a not a good thing to do online for like long run artists, I don't know, but I don't do it very often. I did manage to do this little Hatsune Miku in my own little design of an outfit, and I think she's beautiful and wonderful. Now, she could have gotten a bit better posing for sure. I really don't think I posed her very well. Also, the background is a bit boring. Like, I know why this art piece didn't do very well. It's just glaring to me now. It's just the pose and the composition is really bad. Okay, so we're getting closer to the point when I start animating, like, for the first time. Now, this right here, this little thing that I just recently uploaded actually a few months ago, I made that a long time ago, like March or April, around that time. When I was feeling really melancholy and overwhelmed, I would just put my little emotions out there on the canvas and let it run. I did do one before. I'll have to put it on the screen for you because I don't know how to describe it, but that was my very first animation. Yeah, I'm just glad it did really well, but this is where like the animation kind of starts. I also made new emotes for my Twitch account now that I finally had gotten affiliated. I still have them up in my Discord, even though I don't stream on Twitch as much anymore. But yeah, so this is around the time where I have broken my iPad. I was sleeping and I was canceling my alarm on my phone, and then I threw my phone to my side, which usually is free, but that night I propped my iPad up so I could watch videos. And I hit my corner of my phone onto my iPad and it completely smashed it into smithereens. And I was devastated. I was a silly goose and decided that it would be a great idea to fall asleep next to it. Don't do that, everyone who has an iPad. That might happen to you. I'm gonna knock on wood for you though, don't worry. So these drawings are in Photoshop and Clip Studio because at the time I still had Photoshop. So I was thinking like, you know, I already pay for the subscription. I might as well try it in Photoshop and see if I like it since I already pay for the program. So these two images were for that. So I created that in Photoshop specifically, but I also found that it was really hard to draw on Photoshop, and it makes sense because Photoshop isn't really meant for drawing. It's meant for photo manipulation. So that makes sense to me. And then I decided to start looking and see if there was anything else I could try that wasn't too expensive. Spoiler alert, it was expensive. I bought the pro version of Clip Studio Paint without even trying it. I mean, to be fair, my first program that I've ever used digitally was Clip Studio, but that was back in 2011. What was that, 13 years ago? Like, it's been a minute since I've used Clip Studio Paint. I really liked how it turned out, and it felt a lot more like relaxing to draw with. It wasn't as frustrating. I don't know, the brushes worked a lot better, so I decided to stick with Clip Studio Paint in the meantime. I still use it, by the way. Clip Studio Paint's amazing, especially for animation. I also did another one in Clip Studio Paint after I started to feel like a little bit more comfortable with my new tablet, and I did like a really pretty like dress with rainbow gradients and a bunch of lace that I got off of the brush store. I'm still really proud of this because when you look into it, you can see all the little details. And this is around the time where I started to get into the everyone hates AI kick, and I still agree. I do not like the AI that replaces artists and writers and songwriters and all of that. I just do not feel that's ethical. I'm still against that. But yeah, so I did some drawings just recreating what AI images I found on Pinterest. I still don't think this was the best approach, honestly. Redrawing like AI images just feeds back into the AI algorithm. I still don't think it was like the best decision to do when it came to the AI issue that we're currently facing. I still love how these drawings came out though. Like, not gonna lie, I love these drawings so much. Like, they turned out so beautiful. And then after that, I got my AI craze kick out of the way and I decided to do something else like I usually do. After like 2 weeks or so of me doing one thing, I have to do something else or I'll go insane. I decided to make a PNG tuber for my husband since the old VTuber model didn't work out. And this one was actually really cool and I'm still really proud of it. His character gender flips. So he has a male version and he has a female version. And I'll put it on the screen now like I've done with all the other images, but I really like how this looks. I love how bouncy she is and he is, and Noggin seemed to really love it as well. As soon as I gave it to him, he was showing all his friends in Discord and it was just a really fun time. I really enjoyed making this video with him. It was really sweet. If you look at it, there's like a kind of like an interview that me and my husband did. It was just, looking back at it, it's just so sweet. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Here is where I started to get into a bit of a slump. Now, I created a few different new types of shorts where I was just like drawing on the screen and, you know, cutting it up to where it matched up with the music, but none of it seemed to be doing as well as the color picker challenges. The notorious color picker challenges that brought in so much love and hate, but nobody actually stayed. Like, it was, I don't feel good about color picker challenges. Like, I like doing them every once in a while, but solely focusing on them them is just, no, I can't. Like, it's only fun every once in a while, not every single day. So I tried speed paint videos. I also tried like cutting up my long form videos into short forms. That didn't work either. I don't know. At this point, I'm starting to not like shorts at all, and I kind of just want to be this more chillax, like laid back, long form video creator where I just kind of just talk your ear off while you're drawing something. That's just the vibe that I want from here on out, you know? Like, shorts just feel way too stressful because you have to post them every day, and it's just not the vibe. It's not the vibe. And so I did a little bit of a self-portrait, and this isn't the big self-portrait that I talked about earlier in the video. This is the one where I was still learning how Clip Studio Paint worked. My character person is picking up myself out of the dark and dreariness. It's very melodramatic, but I still think this is the same way I feel now to this day, because I live in the shadows. That sounds so dramatic. I live secluded from other people. I usually don't talk to anybody else other than my husband or my son. We all leave together as a group. It's just for safety reasons. So I'm just here in my kitchen with all the lights off, just recording this video in my pajamas as per usual. I also did Art Fight of 2024. Now, I only made one image. I didn't know that this existed until almost at the end of Art Fight. I didn't even realize it was a thing. If I had found this when it first started in 2016, I would have jumped on this so hard and I would have been so obsessed. But now that I'm older and I just now figured it out, I feel like an old lady. I'm going to be doing Art Fight for this year, don't worry. A little bit more intensely than just this one, but I still love how it came out. They have such cool character design. I just fell in love with this particular character. And if you want to go ahead and follow Somber77, I believe that's the same app for their other social media, but I'm not entirely sure, so keep that in mind. I did a few trends where I showed like my actual eyeballs, and like I would look up to the side, and after each frame it would show like the illustrated version of myself. And I really liked doing this. I wish it did better online, but I'm still super proud of the art pieces I made, because I mean, these are my eyes and it kind of made me feel a little bit prettier because I like glammed them up. All right, and then I do some other fun things. I made my husband's character in his Star Wars role-playing game. That was really fun. I used him as a reference to make the pose. I also made a PNG tuber of myself, and this one was really fun. I still really like it, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get back to that beautiful style that I managed to capture with her, and I would have kept using her if it weren't for my character redesign. But before we get to the character redesign, I just wanted to show you a few more color picker challenges that I know are out of order now, as well as some OC drawings. So I made this OC, and I just love her. I still don't know what to do with her, but she seems like a very caring person, big sister type, but she also has this like tough side and this kind of angsty or traumatized side, because what OC isn't traumatized? And then we got another color picker challenge that caused a lot of controversy. This one, it is still going off on TikTok and YouTube. Like, they are going crazy for this piece still. So I'm going to show you guys some more pictures like while I'm showing you the ones that I'm currently doing, I think, because there's so many art pieces that I've done in 365 days. It's insane. So it's going to be really hard not to show every single one while not talking about them for a million years at the same time, and have it not be like a 1,000,000-hour long video, and I don't want you to get bored. But yeah, so this piece is the contest entry that I was talking about earlier in the video. I really loved how she turned out. Now this is self-portrait of me, and the interpretation is to be desired. It's for everyone's interpretation. I think it's a very complicated piece because this was kind of like therapy for me, kind of like how YouTube videos are now, because I'm making it so today, ever since my Christmas special. And you know, I'm disgusted at myself because of my personality, because of imposter syndrome. I don't know what I am, who I am, how I came to be. I'm holding my heart, which is actually beautiful, because I hate saying this because it sounds conceited as hell, but like, I know I have a good soul, you know, like it's full of light, it's full of brightness, but the world is like towering around me to suppress that, and that you have to be this certain type of person. It's very cheesy at the end of the day, but it was how I was feeling at the time, and it was just a way to reflect my personality, my life, my insights, my journey into one particular image, and that's why it's so complicated and hard to talk about. It was a good time. I didn't win. They only chose realistic drawings, even though they said they could accept any art style, so I'm a little bit upset, just a little bit, just a tiny bit of salt on the wound there, and me working, you know, 32 hours on a piece and it not even getting. I'm just kidding. I'm acting like I have a grudge when I really only just have a little bit of a grudge. We'll stop talking about that. Instead, we're gonna talk about meeting my YouTube buddies that I very fondly have called them. We've got Yanimations. I know Yan. She is actually like my best friend in real life. She came to visit in November on Thanksgiving, and it was absolutely amazing. Like the first time we both got to meet each other in real life, it was the first time I ever met an online friend in real life. Everybody in the group is so amazing and so wonderful and so fantastic. They're so sweet. They help me motivate myself, and I hope I can help motivate them. We have like little drawing nights every once in a while and video game playing nights. Ever since I became part of that group a few months ago, it has made a huge impact on me and my life and my YouTube journey in general, because at first I was alone in this whole journey. Like my husband was cheering me on from the sidelines, but he had no idea what was going on. So having people who are well versed in the YouTube community and the art community, the animation community, has been absolutely wonderful. But I'm super grateful for them, and I hope they don't mind me gushing about them for a few minutes in a YouTube video that a lot of people are gonna see. I just love them so much. They're amazing. And obviously we had a character redesign. Probably seen it already. It was wonderful, it was exciting, and it was exhausting. It took a very long time to get all the assets together, and I don't know if I regret making a new character for myself, like a redesign of my character, but I don't know. I feel like the new version of me fits me a little bit more, like my personality wise. I personally have long hair, and I want this hairstyle that my character's wearing right now. Like I want that hairstyle so bad. Okay, and here we go into October, where I panicked and didn't have anything planned special for October, even though as a professional YouTuber, you should in fact have something for October or Halloween and the spooky season, because it's the best season ever, right? Wrong. I woke up on October 1st, forgetting that it was October 1st. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? I don't have a sketchbook for Inktober. I haven't touched a sketchbook in years. So I decided to make a different witch for every day of the month. And as you can tell from my YouTube videos, that didn't happen. I made 1, 2, 3, 4. I did make 2 more. I'm embarrassed about that still. I was like so determined to be the person for the job. Like I'd post every single day. I'd be consistent. Finally, I'd be able to get my stuff together. I don't know if I like gave up, or like with my 100-day challenge, I like thought of something better and then got caught up with that. Or it just could have been that I was exhausted, because drawing these aren't all drawn in a single day. I make the sketch, and then I make the line art, and then I do the color blocking, and then I do the shading and the highlights. Some of those can be split into multiple days. So even though there aren't like 365 images here, there are times where I spend like 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week on one drawing, just either because I'm procrastinating, because I don't want to do it, or I want to play a video game instead. So I'll like draw for like 10 minutes and then be done. Yeah, my point is this was exhausting, because unless I'm going through that phase where I'm super highly motivated and excited to just draw all day and night, it wasn't gonna happen. So it didn't happen. After that, I did a D&D session with my art buddies, my YouTube buddies. And then I did 2 Phasmophobia streams with my wonderful YouTube buddies again during October. I posted one on my old channel, the one for the long form, the temporary one that I was experimenting on. And then I also did one for my main channel. I also did one other stream to catch up on stuff. Ever since then though, like I think it was about a month and a half ago, I have not had the time to stream at all. And for that, I am so sorry for the viewers who like to watch my YouTube live streams, because I don't have time to do anything now. It's insane. It's bad. I'm gonna have to figure out how to reorganize my life a little bit. Anyway, so this is a little drawing that I made of me and Noggin and his new character, and I don't know, I just love how this came out. And this was after a very, very hard day, the Stay Positive. I was drawing that as like, because drawing can be therapy, so I made a little therapy drawing. But yeah, so that's a vibe. That's honestly been my vibe since I made this piece and posted it. It's been really hard. Oh my god. So now we're gonna talk about a little bit about the Christmas special, just a little bit. Mainly the PNG tubers, PNG placeholder images, I don't really know what to call them, and the background. So this took a while, and this was after I got my, well actually no. Yeah, it was during the process of me getting my new iPad. I think I drew these in Clip Studio Paint, but the ones that I'm using right now were made in Procreate. But I really love how they turned out so much that I needed to make a normal version, one that isn't Christmas themed. And also thank you so much for the feedback on that YouTube video for the Christmas special. Like I really did pour my heart out for that. It was really hard not to cry during that video, but I just really appreciate all the kind comments. Seeing everybody's stories just made me feel like I was doing something to help you out, and that's all I ask for. But yeah, enough with being sappy. I'm gonna go down to a few other ones. Now, I did drew some more drawings in December that I won't show here because those are getting uploaded in the future, but I do have these last two here that are like the main ones that I want to show off. But I really love how this one came out. I didn't use like a skin color filter with this one. She ended up having green skin. I'm so sorry, green skin. But yeah, she's really cute. And then finally I did this, and I don't think I'm gonna actually post this as an actual video because of the controversy of the person I was inspired from. I don't know the actual name of the person. They're just on TikTok. They make a bunch of colors on a wheel, and then they like swirl it around in Procreate, and then they make the iPad black and white. They draw the images, and then all of a sudden when you take off the black and white filter, it looks amazing and wonderful. So I tried that, and this is what came out, which honestly I still think looks really good. I had a wonderful time looking at my artwork for 2024, and just doing this video right now, it does look like I've improved a little bit, I hope. If you think I've improved a little bit, or if you've had a big art journey in 2024, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about the struggles that you faced, as well as the, benefits that you've gotten from drawing every day for a year or even close to it, because I did it and I don't know if I would recommend it. I think I've worked way too hard, and I'm trying to find a balance now to where I'm like okay mentally after drawing. But yeah, I do hope everybody has a wonderful day and night or evening wherever you're at. It was wonderful talking with y'all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.